Hi, my name's John. I'm here for you.
Hi, my name is Che. I'm here for you.
Hi, my name is Karen and I'm here for you.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm here for you.
Hi, my name's Jade. I'm here for you.
Hi, my name's Luke. I'm here for you.
My name's Nadine. I'm here for you. Hi, my name's Georgia and I'm here for you.
Hi, my name's Tony. I'm here for you.
We're here for you.
Good morning everyone and welcome to the final week of our Surprisology series. If you don't know me, my name is Megan and I just want to wish you a very warm welcome to today's online program. So make sure Christmas is on its way and next week is actually going to be our Christmas online program. It's going to be an awesome one, a creative retelling of the Christmas story, something unlike anything we've ever done before. So you definitely want to make sure that you tune in 10 a.m. next week. So as I mentioned before, this is the final week of our Surprisology series. I don't know about you guys, but I've really enjoyed journeying through this series and learning a little bit more about what Surprisology is, how we can actually action it, and the impact that it can have on people. It's pretty incredible, isn't it? So if you don't mind, maybe type into the chat right now and let us know what is your favorite moment that's happened throughout the Surprisology series. Was it in one of our vlogs? Was it one of the creative programs? Some of the awesome filming? Just let us know right now because we would love to know what you guys have loved about Surprisology. Speaking of the vlogs, we do have our final vlog for you guys this week and we thought we wanted to go out with a bang for the end of this series. So get ready, tune in for the best vlog yet, enjoy it and I will see you in just a moment.
Hey guys, it is great to see you again. We are back for week 4.
Week 4 of Surprisology.
That's right. So the last few weeks we have been going out, doing random different challenges. Thomas, do you want to quickly recap what we've been up to?
Yeah, man, we've been living on, Beaufort & Co. We've loved on Great Cafe. We've loved on Parkway Motors across the street. Young mummies in need.
Yes. And today we have left the very best, equally best for last. And specifically for this day, I see Tom, you even got a beard trim.
A little bit.
You're wearing some awesome shoes. How about it?
Cheer from head to toe.
So we are ready for this. So what are we going to do today, Tom?
We are heading out and we're going to go show some love to our very own community. Not just businesses and groups in the area, but the people who help make up Gray Skate. And so we've got some fun stuff we've been putting together over the last couple of weeks. So we've got a journey we've been on, eh?
That's it, and we are just going to go surprise and love on a couple of people in our Gray Skate community.
Hopefully they're home and it's not raining, so, you know.
Let's do it.
So we're on our way to do a few Surprisology drop-offs for our week 4 drop-offs, and we want to let you know we're here for you.
Very nice. What do you have to say, Walter?
I mean, what more can you add?
What more can you add?
I don't have visuals, so...
Why do you never see Father Christmas in the hospital?
I don't know, why?
Because he has private elf care.
You know what? I actually thought it would be worse.
Yeah, that wasn't even a pity laugh like I always give you, Georgia. That was like a legit laugh. Alright, this is my go-to. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Sure.
How did the butcher introduce his wife?
Oh no, I don't know. How did he introduce his wife?
Meet Patty.
So from now on, Walter's not allowed to speak. We've taken all speaking privileges away. Okay. Why did the banana go to the doctor?
So, because he was peeling.
Oh, you ruined it. You actually, you took it and you twisted it, and that was not even funny.
Either you gotta know it or not, but it's the in between that ruins the joke.
Oh, you ruined it. It's because he wasn't peeling very well.
Oh, stink. off a little something. We miss seeing you around.
Yeah, we miss you, and we just wanted to give you something to say that we care.
Thank you.
We just wanted to see how you were doing and say hello.
Thank you guys so much. It's so nice. Thank you guys.
That's okay.
Nice.
Christmas elves.
Yeah.
We're just happy to see you as well. It's been a while.
When you text me, I didn't even think.
Yeah, I know.
So we just dropped a package off to Melissa, as you saw, and she was pretty cool. I mean, so
She is pretty cool.
I mean, it was pretty cool,
She's a pretty
but
cool
she's
gal.
also pretty cool.
What you can tell us?
She was fantastically surprised. It was pulled off with great elegance on our part.
Yeah, all around, great day, great experience. We were glad to take you guys along with us on our Surprisology journey.
Very glad to have you guys along, and if you got a Surprisology gift from us, don't wait until Christmas to unwrap it. Go ahead and pop that sucker open today.
Immediately, and enjoy. We'll see you back at Gracegate.
So that was us for Surprisology. This was our final week, and we have loved being on this journey with you guys. So this was us. It has been awesome journeying with you guys, dropping off and just dropping some love bombs on our community.
Yeah, from Great Cafe, Parkway Motors, Mummies in Need, and now to Melissa. It's been fantastic dropping off these packages and showing people that we really are here for you. It's not just a sign out on the corner of the road, it's not just a slogan on a t-shirt, but it's practically what we're here for. We're here for you.
Well, we're gonna end on that. I was gonna Google like a random inspirational quote, but that's even better. We are here for you. I love it.
Love it.
All right.
See you guys later.
How cool was that vlog, guys? We just wanted to end the year with a bang and show you guys that we just really appreciate you and how you guys have been a part of our Gracegate family this year. And yeah, we really just wanted to show you that we are here for you guys. So we hope you have a very Merry Christmas and enjoy those gifts. We're gonna head into some singing right now, so I invite you just to relax, stand up if you want to, sing along with us as we head into a time of music together.
We're so stoked you could join us for church this morning. Wherever you may find yourselves, we invite you to stand up and praise God with us because He is so good.
Placed me on the rock that stands.
because of your love, because of your love for me. Oh my God, so good. You never give up, you never give up on me. Oh, what joy I found because of your love, because of your love for me. Oh my God, so good. You never give up, you never give up on me. Oh, what joy I found because of your love, because of your love for me. Oh my God, so good. You never give up, you never give up on me. Oh, what joy I found because of your love, because of your love for me. I'm not a slave to sin, so I'm singing. You are good. Buried with Christ to rise in your freedom. You are good. When you make a promise, Jesus, you keep it. You are good. So I praise your name as long as I'm breathing. You are good. In the darkness, we were waiting without hope, without light, till from heaven you came running. There was mercy in your eyes to fulfill the law and prophets. To a virgin came the word from a throne of endless glory to a cradle in the dirt. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. To reveal the kingdom coming and to reconcile the lost, to redeem the whole creation. You did not despise the cross, for even in your suffering you saw to the other side, knowing this was our salvation. Jesus, for our sake you died. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. In the morning that you rose, all of heaven held its breath, till the stone was moved for good, for the Lamb had conquered death. And the dead rose from their tombs, and the angels stood in awe, for the souls of all who come to the Father are restored. And the Church of Christ was born. Then the Spirit lit the flame. Now this gospel truth of old shall not kneel, shall not faint. By His blood and in His name, in His freedom
Can you believe that next week, this time, we will be celebrating Christmas 2021? I hope you've gone and got all your gifts. And for some of us, this season is, this is one of the best seasons we love. For others of us, this is a season that is difficult. And also, the malls and the chaos and the busyness of this season just gets us all exhausted. This past week, Zalia and I decided, hey, we need to go and get some Christmas gifts. And oh boy, was that probably one of the worst mistakes that we could make. I mean, the malls are chaotic, right? And there's just, everyone is just shopping and getting gifts. There's something special, though, about a gift, right? There's something special about receiving a gift. And today, if you're listening and maybe you received a special gift from Gracegate, we hope that you feel valued. We hope that as you received that, it just made you feel and I guess realize that you are part of a bigger community and we care about you. There's something great about getting a gift, right? No matter what it is sometimes, maybe it's a watch, it's Series 3, but there's value in receiving a gift. Imagine if every single day someone came up to you and they said, I would give you $86,400 every day. Here's a gift. In your bank account, it's all yours. And the only catch to it is that you have to spend all of it in the day. I mean, what would be some of the things that you would go out and purchase? Maybe it would be a cool car, right? Maybe it's a jet ski during this season. Maybe you just hit the fashion and you just go and purchase all new clothes. You get some new sneakers. Maybe you're an Apple fan and you get every single Apple product out there. But what would you do with $86,400 every day? I mean, why don't you just write it in the chat now? What are some of the stuff that you would go and purchase? I think, the first couple of days I'd have a list and I'd just be going out all the time and trying to spend as much as I can. But I guess, a couple of days in, you'll just have some left over all the time. And I guess one of the things we'll do is we'll just give it away so that we can get more the next day, right? But isn't it crazy that each one of us, every single day, we get 86,400 seconds to live every single day? Yes, you see, 86,400 seconds equals 24 hours. And each and every day we get the gift of 24. How are you spending it? I mean, if you reflect on this year, 2021, how have you spent the gift of 24 hours each day? I know when I think about it, and when I speak to people, like this year's been pretty difficult. The word that a lot of us have used is languishing. Like we wake up and we're kind of stuck in the same mundane things, just doing the same thing over and over again. And instead of maybe living to the fullest of our potential and embracing every opportunity, maybe we're just living this mundane life, right? When I think of it, like we got this gift of 24, how we're living it. What's interesting is that, this gift of 24 actually becomes this full day, and our days actually become a week becomes months, months become a year, and years actually become our life that we live. And like in this space of time that we exist on this earth, I mean, from the beginning when we're born until the time that we'll pass, like just in that dash, like how are we seizing our opportunities? How are we living and really existing. I think deep inside of each and every one of us, there's this place where we want our lives to matter. We want our lives to make a difference. We want our lives to be bigger than ourselves, right? And so if you think of it then, and if you just work backwards, like then how are we living on a daily basis? How are we actually utilizing the gift of 24 hours? Benjamin Franklin, he wrote this quote. He said, "Some people die at age 25 and they aren't buried until they are 75. Did you get that? When I read it this week, I had to read it again. Because some people die at age 25 and they aren't buried until they are 75. In other words, some of us maybe, we're living and then there's a point in our life where instead of living a life that is full, we actually just start existing. We just start going through the motions. We start living a mundane life. Life gets hard and maybe instead of like living the way that God wants us to live, we actually maybe are living more like the walking dead. You know, we're just existing. And I mean, who can blame us? I mean, life has been tough, right? I mean, some of us have found ourselves this year in very difficult circumstances. So how do we utilize the gift of 24? As I think a bit about this year that's passed, I know that some of us have situations and circumstances around us that are really difficult. And like, so how do we, seize and capitalize on the gift of a day when maybe we've lost our job? Maybe for some of us, we're feeling really segregated during this time. Maybe for some of us, we've lost some friendships. Maybe like the last thing we want to do is spend Christmas with our family during this time. Maybe for some of us, we're feeling burnout. Maybe it's some broken relationships that have happened. Maybe some of us are stressing about how we're actually going to care for our families, in the future. And like, so how do we capitalize on the gift of 24 during times when we feel defeated, in times when we feel like this is really hard, like life is really tough? One of the psalmists would write this psalm, and this is what he says. He says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." Do you hear that? That he wrote this psalm trying to encourage us that every day, the gift of 24 is a day that God has created for us to rejoice in it. I can rejoice in it when things are going well, when I don't have all these worries, when maybe I'm not stressed about my past and some of the things that I've done or that I can't let go of, and I still remember. Or maybe even I could rejoice maybe when I'm not stressing about the future, or I don't have as much anxiety about what's going to happen next. Maybe when I have this peace. But come on, how can you write this and say this is the day that the Lord has made? We will rejoice and be glad in it. You see, he's trying to call us to that no matter what situation we're facing, whether it's in our past or whether it's even in the future, hey, seize the opportunity of the gift of 24 and rejoice in who God is. Jesus would describe it like this. When his disciples actually ask him how to pray, Jesus would say this in one of the most well-known prayers. He would say this. He would say, hey, pray to God and say, give us today our daily bread. In other words, don't focus on the future or on the past, but on the present. Just a couple of weeks ago, we were speaking about this in our staff gathering, and I can remember Lance, such a wise man. He said that sticks out for me the most, that it's the today, that like our prayer should be today, God, give us today our daily bread. You see, something happens when we turn our attention to who God is and we say, hey God, I just want your strength. I just want your peace. I just want whatever I need today to get me through today. I'm turning to you and I'm praying and I'm saying, hey God, give me today my daily bread. You see, the reason this is important and the reason this is so valuable for our lives is because we're turning our daily lives that we live on this earth towards a God who cares so much for us. Another author in the Bible would describe it like this, and I love this. It's found in Lamentations chapter 3. He says it like this. He says, the faithful love of the Lord never ends. His mercies never cease. Like God is for us and His love will be ongoing. It will never stop. He says then, great is His faithfulness. In other words, no matter what situations we're facing, God is faithful. Great is His faithfulness in our lives, despite how our daily life may look. And then He says this. He says, His mercies begin afresh each morning. I love this, that every single morning when we wake up, we don't have to look towards the past, or we don't have to look towards the future, but we can look in the present and know that God is going to be faithful in this day. God's mercies, His forgiveness, His grace, His love is going to be enough for me today. And that's what Jesus would encourage His followers and say, hey, pray this prayer so you can realize that there is a God who is faithful, and every single day He wants to give us exactly what we need. He wants to fill our cup. He wants to show us that we have the gift of 24. So what do we do with this gift? What do we do with the gifts that we receive, right? I mean, we receive them. I mean, that's what you basically do with a gift, right? Is you receive it. I love Paul. He's someone who obviously walks with Jesus, and he understands what the gospel is all about. And as he encourages the church in Ephesus, he would share with them like the value of 24. He says this to them. He says, hey, I want you to awake. He says, oh sleeper, rise from the dead and Christ will give you light. He has this discussion with the church, and if you're a Jesus follower, this is exactly for us. He's saying, hey, maybe you're feeling stuck in this darkness because of maybe it's lies, maybe it's the enemy, maybe it's just your circumstances, maybe it's because you've been giving too much throughout this whole year and you just feel depleted. He says, I want you to awake, O sleeper, and I want you to actually arise. Why? Because Christ will give you light. In other words, Christ is going to come into our lives and give us light. And then he says, I want you to take this. And then he says this. He says, so be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. And you know, if I think of this whole series on Surprisology, the only way we could live as fools is when we're only living for ourselves. And the only way we can live as fools is when we're missing the freshness of who God is in our daily lives, how He wants to show up over and over again, how He shows us that you, Wesley, have a gift of 24 each day. Paul would then go on and he'd encourage us, and this is the bottom line. If you miss everything that I've shared today, this is what he would say then. He'd say this: make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days, in these difficult days, in these troublesome days. He's saying, hey, Wes, I want you to realize the gift of 24 that you have. I want you to realize how faithful I am in your life. And now I want you to make the most of it. I want you to live a life that actually matters. Just this past week, I was reading this article about this girl. She's 15 years old. On Monday, she's living a normal teenage life. On Tuesday, she's struggling with a headache. And a couple days later, she's been diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. Maybe you read the story and you heard about this girl, how she discovers that, hey, actually there's nothing the doctors can do for her, and she only has a couple of weeks to live. I mean, imagine how dark her 24 hours would look. And it's at this time that this young teenage girl would seize this opportunity, because she decides, hey, in the short space of time that I have to live, I'm going to live my life for others. And I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to make the most of every opportunity, and I'm going to see what I can do in these last couple of days to make a difference. This girl would then go on and she'd just, through very small things, she'd start this campaign just trying to create awareness around this brain cancer that she picked up, so that the doctors can do more research, and so that anyone coming after her, anyone who has this sickness, that actually maybe the doctors will be able to actually help them more. And so the incredible thing that she does is she starts this campaign, and I love her story, because even on her deathbed, in the last couple of hours of her life, she's just reaching out to people and saying, hey, please do something, not for me, but for others. And at the end of the day, she passes away. But they raised a significant amount of, I think it was over $600,000 for research and for those who had actually come behind her with that same sickness. When I think about it, I think like, how do I make the most of every opportunity? Some of us, maybe you're thinking now like, oh, Wes, like, how do I do something that big? But actually, that's not what Paul is encouraging the church here. He's actually saying, make the most of every opportunity. In other words, it's the small things. It's the small things that often we miss in our daily lives, that maybe Jesus or God is trying to bring awareness to us and saying, hey, it's the small things that I actually want to use in your life to make a difference. You see, Paul would then go on and he'd say this. He'd say, don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do. God isn't expecting us to save the whole world. I mean, that's the purpose of Jesus, coming to this earth. He's already done that. But he just wants us to live a life and seize the opportunities that are right in front of our eyes. Maybe it's just being a good spouse, right? Maybe it's just being a great parent. Maybe it's just, putting your phone down and looking at someone and speaking to them. Maybe it's just saying thank you and actually meaning it. Maybe it's actually just stopping, and instead of just thinking about life, that it's all about yourself, it's maybe focusing on others. That is seizing the opportunities. Whenever I read that and Paul says that we need to make the most of every opportunity, I can't help but think of these like Martians or aliens with these antenna that, are just beaming and like buzzing the whole time. And in other words, like in our daily life, like wherever we are, we seize those opportunities to make a difference. In the small things, at the supermarket, at the bus stop, wherever we are, at a family Christmas, during the season on the beach, in traffic, in the shops, that we actually just seize that opportunity and we see how we can make a difference. John Maxwell, in his book, Intentional Living, he speaks a bit about ways that we can seize opportunities, and I love it. He mentions one, and he says this, that the first thing that we could do is, why don't you be the first person to help someone? Maybe during this season, why don't you be the person who helps someone? Like when you see that need, when you see that opportunity, why don't you be the person who goes and helps them and makes a difference? I love that thought because, often we can get that thought, we can see the opportunity, we can see the need, but we always think, well, someone else will do that. Someone else will help them. But why not you grab that? Why don't you do it? The second thing he shares is he says, whatever is right, just go and do it, even if there isn't a reward for you on the other side. And I know that's hard to think about, right? Because often we're thinking like when we always want something from it, but actually the whole point of Surprisology, the whole point of, the gift of 24 and living a life that matters is that actually we don't do it for ourselves. We do it for others, and we give this gift to others despite not receiving anything in return. As we come to a close of our Surprisology series, my hope and honestly my heart's desire is that you will just be anticipating more, that you will live with expectation that God really wants to use you. And maybe today, even as you're listening and you felt like, man, this year you have just given to the max, like you've just been giving and giving and giving and you haven't received anything, my prayer for you is just go back to, hey, that same prayer that Jesus encouraged his disciples to pray. Give me today, God, my daily bread. I know that God wants to fill our cup, but the reason he wants to fill our cup is honestly so that we can help each other, that we can live a life of significance and meaning and purpose, that when we come to the end of our day, we can say like, that's another day in the bank account where I feel just content because I really lived it for others. And then at the end, when we come to the end of our life, we can really look back and we can say like, man, I really made my days count. I really seized the opportunities that I had. I think there's such a great need during this season where people really need us. And you could be the person who can really go and help someone. Imagine if we would wake up in the morning just with this anticipation that, hey, we're going to develop this positive attitude of living a life that makes a difference. When I think of Jesus' life, I can only think of, he's got everything that honestly really he needs, but he decides, hey, I'm going to actually choose humanity. And I'm actually going to go and live a life. I'm going to humble myself and I'm going to live a life totally for humanity. And in a way, I'm going to actually live my life and I'm going to, give up my own life because I care so much about others. I'm going to pay the price on the cross for their sins. I'm going to do this so that they can receive the gift, not only of 24, but of eternity. When we have received this gift, man, this is great news. This is Surprisology at its best. And now that we've got this gift, we honestly need to make the most of it. And so why not, as we end 2021, why not spend some time in reflecting on like, man, I've got this gift. How can I give it? Where can I give it? How, God, do you want to use me? Who's that person that might just need that encouragement? Who just needs that phone call? Who just needs a little bit of extra help and be that first person who goes and makes a difference. Father God, I thank you so much that we have so much. Thank you that we have time every day. Thank you for the gift of 24. Thank you that your mercies are new every day. Thank you that your love never ends. And today, God, we pray that you would give us today our daily bread, whatever that looks like. Give us the courage we need, meet our needs where they need to be met. Whatever our need may be, God, may you just fill that need. And then I want to pray that you will use us, God. Use us in the small, that seemingly insignificant opportunities that arise every single day. Help us to make the most of them. Help us to make the most of every opportunity that is around us, to care, to love, to share grace and truth, and to actually just make a difference, God, because we know this matters. This matters because it helps each other, and it's because the life that you lived. And God, we're grateful for that today, and we praise you. We thank you for Surprisology, that you surprised us with your love and your grace in our lives. And today, we just want to say, hey God, thank you for the gift of 24. Use us to make a difference, is our prayer. Amen.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that creative ending to our Surprisology series. What a cool reminder that is to just take every day as it comes, make the most of every single opportunity in every single day, and just do what you can. How cool was that? Just to wrap up for today, we have a few reminders for you guys. First things first, we have our online Christmas program happening next week at 10 a.m. So this time next week, make sure you tune in to be a part of our Christmas festivities and just enjoy part of Christmas Day together. Secondly, we just wanted to remind you guys that we do have church online happening throughout the month of January, so make sure you tune in for that every Saturday at 10 a.m. Don't think we're going anywhere. And you know what? It would actually be super cool if you invited a few people round for church online. We really want our Gracegate community to still be able to stay connected throughout the summer holidays. So invite someone over for church online, invite a friend out for a coffee, or maybe a family over for dinner that you don't see that much. But it would be awesome to just see our community still staying super connected and enjoying the summer together. Alright guys, that's it from me today. Just wanted to remind you for one final time, make sure that you stay connected on our social media pages. There'll be bits and pieces popping up throughout the month of January and the summer holidays that we'd love you guys to be able to connect and engage with and just see what we're getting up to as well. That's all from me, but wanted to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and hope you have a great time celebrating. See you.